You could do one here if you wanted to.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I did one during the summer. I don't know if I could do it again in another quarter.
Oh, did you do it in mine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was all online, so I don't like always remember all of them.
Right. It was a different class though.
Okay.
I know we.
I usually have people go to a food pantry, look up food deserts, do stuff with food insecurity. Is there so much right now that it's like absurd?
Yeah, because I had this show.
Okay. What was your project? Was it that I have you do stuff with the food deserts, food insecurity? Okay.
I did a slideshow just talking about like what a food desert was.
Okay.
How to know that you're in one.
Right. Within 2 miles, or if you have to walk.
Right.
That's like a good introductory one. I guess you could do it more advanced where you go to the food pantry, you look at the urban farms, how do we grow the food around here? We hand out food every first Tuesday of the month here. Right. I don't know if you've ever, we can both read and go volunteer to hand out the food. I used to do that a lot. So that could be, I mean, if you wanted to take it to that level, that's fine. I'm trying to remember. It's so weird when stuff's online, you don't remember who's who, and then now everybody's wearing a mask. So I'm like, I think we both got our recognition for doing that honors project, though, right? Yeah. That it was done. Okay.
Yeah, because I had run into Israel. I wanted to it, but the application was closed. And I'm like,
was it really?
Yeah. So I had to like email. I can't think of her name right now.
Okay.
But it was a whole situation, but it ended
up
getting resolved.
Okay, good. Every class now, I'm going through this too, so you know where you are on this sheet.
So I made it through the whole left side. I'm finishing
good.
On the right side.
So you're like 60 or 90 hours done, so you would graduate, well, you said
next year
fall, so you probably have 75 hours done. And then you would do like, fall would be 15, 15, and 15. And that would be 90, 105, 120, you graduate.
Yeah, because I know this is last time, but
no, I go over this every class. I want you guys all to like know this sheet front and back, so we get everybody out on time. And this is
okay, because I have my of course I don't have this in these folders, but I have my application for the School of Social Work, and I'm pretty much done with it. I have to type stuff out, but there's one on there where I'm like, I don't know if I'm taking that class. I don't know if that's supposed to be like the USS class we have as freshmen.
There's that, and usually just 1,100 and 2,200 for getting accepted into the program.
Yeah, I'll have to get the paperwork again, but.
Oh, Sydney said, can I email that sheet? I think I can from, let's see here. Yeah, the key is, so everything on the left side, that's 48 hours. 49 social work. It looks like 12 classes, field, the field seminar class, and then stats and research. So as long as you've taken all those, you are good to go. And that's where, let me see if I can just search blank sheet. Because, yeah, I want everybody to be in power of your own classes. That way you're not like, well, I don't know if I was scheduled to this. Like, you'll have it right in front of you. You look at it like, yeah, I took this in 2019. I took that in 2020. I took that in 2022.
I try to mark them off as I finish.
Right.
As I finish them.
Right. All right, so blank. And then that way, it is funny too, is I don't know why, maybe that's why I blow up with this sheet everywhere I go, is I'm like, you guys, no matter what you do, I'll send this to you a billion times if I have to, until like right now it's not showing up on my computer. And the one that I'm filming is this computer. But it's the most important sheet you could have for your time. And it'll help you get done on time. So let's see if I search it this way. So you think you only have, how many honors projects do you guys have to do?
So I was told, I think we have to do about 6.
Okay.
So that's what I'm like, I don't know.
How many have you done?
Well, I just signed up for honors like I think that was spring semester, because I started my first project this summer.
Okay.
Summer. So now, I have to do one this semester, but I'm thinking maybe I should do 2. That way that'll kind of push me ahead.
Right.
Because if I have to do 6, I mean, that's, at least I'll have half done.
Right. So for Sydney, I did send it. Our secretary also has the most updated sheet. So if you guys ever lose that or need it, the social and behavioral sciences secretary is actually Edison Perdomo's wife. She'll send you guys a copy too.
Okay, yeah, I'll talk to her.
But it's all about staying on track and keeping your stuff and doing what you can. Apparently attendance is due again today, which is interesting. As I thought,
I was supposed to put in for the first one. I forgot that it was on the calendar. I saw it.
oh, right.
Oh, I have to do that. And I forgot.
You still can do it. You mean like on D2L?
Yeah.
That's just another way you guys can check in. But also if you signed in here, let me make sure. It says that I'm missing for people, but I don't think that's true. Midterm grades. So yeah, here, which I'm sure you got in our brief, is that we observe a group, learn how to run a group by doing that. So then second major assignment, run your own group. And the third major assignment is a write-up of that, which is a large write-up, but a lot of people do that for their final paper and give it to their internship. So I mean, you could incorporate that into pieces of an honors project, like learning how to do stuff from grants.gov. And when will you do your internship? I guess next semester or the fall semester, probably. Because that's
thinking the fall.
Right.
Yeah, because this semester.
Right. Yeah. So a lot of folks, we have them just do the big final paper here, have them do it in such a way that you can use it for your internship. Like that's the idea. So everything's at the end of the syllabus. So observe groups, the sheet on page 7, like the questions you answer when you either go to aa.org and watch the meeting, or if you go to a mental health facility, which would be awesome. Some people just ask a place like, can I observe a group? They're like, yeah, sure. But for those that have trouble finding it, I said, open AA meeting is okay. These are all the questions you answer for the first major assignment. Then you lead your own group for the second one, and we have girls circle for that. Let's see if that's here still. Let's see. Well, yeah, I did send that to all of you guys through the announcements, though, so it's actually more on, here it is, the 10-week facilitator activity guide. So you just have to lead one of these weeks, and this gives you start to finish how to lead your own group. So after you've observed an AA meeting, you can pick any one of these weeks. So it goes connecting with each other, week 1. Week 2 is labels, exploring new perspectives. Week 3 is expressing myself, and it gives you like materials you'll need, what to say, how to run the group, and then how to open and then close the group. So it's like, I think this manual cost Lighthouse $10,000. So it's like a legit curriculum used everywhere. You could do week 5. It's called accepting all different parts of myself. Week 4. 5 is cultivating respect. 6 is giving voice to feelings. Week 7 is giving voice to feelings part 2. 8 is romantic relationships. What is it worth to you? Week 9 is girl fights or girlfriends. And then 10 is wholeness and completion. So that's from I feel like we looked it up last time in class, but it's called, I did a search for girl circle video. Mental health video is better. Sometimes I fear what Google will show you when you do girl circle video. It'd probably be something not Here's one. So here's the curriculum by Girls Circle Foundation and stuff that they do if it wants to play. Yeah.
Programs will find the simplicity, but also the holistic approach of curriculum to be beneficial to use for daily. I like the idea that there's multiple curriculums that cross different age groups. It's really important for the working with. Also, that there are additional curriculums so that we get we can add on to that.
Topics that I know that have some structure and have some framework of being able to be intentional and create different types of ways that young people and concepts sharing to support each other through hard stuff and really help.
It means helping a lot of different situations.
So that's where this curriculum was from that we led at Lighthouse a lot of times. We even did some of our trauma groups based off of work from that and how to lead a trauma group. And that is your second major assignment. Flies are in here today. It is, yeah. So you can combine those last two. So if what you're leading, you're quoting from Girls Circle and using their citations, like just make sure to cite everything. And then also find funding for it. So if you go to grants.gov, see if there's something you could find for like leading a trauma-informed care group or something. Care. And then kind of use citation for trauma. There's a lot. You see how much money is on some of these. But then your internships love if you've already done some like work ahead of time. And here's one on homelessness. This is a grant that I've had to write before. And I'll send to you guys as an example of a grant about addressing homelessness in Cincinnati specifically is who we wrote it for. But there's the funding for it. They got $60 million. If you applied, the most you get is $322,000. So it sounds like they have 180 awards available for like maybe the 180 biggest cities in the U.S. to end homelessness. So some people add that into their group. Some people add the citations from Girls Circle. You know, like here's an example of how, like, if you did week 1, it's about 6 pages, but it tells you like literally everything. And you'll be looking for this in your first observation of a group. But here's week 1 right here. So, well, this is the format. So opening ritual, begin the circle with an opening ritual that marks commencement of the circle process. It could foster a special tone, invites participants into the unique space and time of the circle. An example is like lighting the candle, ringing a bell, and each participant say a word about how they're feeling. Maybe like highs and lows of the week, like the big one. I want to see if I have my mindfulness app still. Yeah, I do. I bet you I had to re-download it. So like there's a lot of apps too that give guided meditations and stuff that would work for meditation. But yeah, setting an altar, lighting individual candles, holding hands, stating your intention for the group, sharing a special reading, music, silence. Then you introduce the theme. So introduction of the theme is presented by the facilitator, which is us. This is what we're learning how to do. So when you interview at a social work job, you're like, oh yeah, I've led a group before. And they'll be like, oh, you've led a group. They make a lot of money off groups in a lot of agencies. Because if you see one person one-on-one, you might get 50 or 60, but each group a lot of times, Medicaid I know pays $33 for each individual. So if you had a group of 100 or even 1,000, that's $33,000 for like a big old group that was led. Agencies like groups Now, we as the social workers don't get that, but it funds a position for a good long time. Then you might do the check-in. So time for girls to check in with the group and express whatever they wish, or perhaps say something about the theme, maybe use a talking stick so they're not like talking over each other. Respect is empathy. Have you ever led a camp or anything like that, or done something like that?
I wouldn't say I led, but I was like a advisor.
Yes. Right.
But like,
Exactly.
helping out with taking the kids to their camp class,
Mm-hmm.
or like during lunch hour, we would do different events that we needed the kids to know information or something like that.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
I think that might be awesome.
Right. Yeah. So it's similar, and they mentioned like the bell. So I downloaded the app. It may have the different mindfulness bells that start meditation if you've heard them before. There's some of them I don't. That's the most common one, I think.
Yeah.
And you're like, so on this one, you start the app. It'll ask how you're feeling today. Complete my check-in. Maybe I didn't get sleep, and then it has like rain sounds, I think. Yeah. So just like, you know, and they have led meditations that are like, if you hit finish, let's see here. Yeah, I think they're all here. So like, moment of self-compassion, ease tension, join Rondo Gee for a talk on the power of courageous mindfulness. So yeah, this guy's live right now, so you can like join live meditations.
To figure out yet why a woman gets pregnant. Fascinating.
So in case there was a mic, I just closed it. I don't know if they're listening to me. So there's different things of that nature. The activity may be verbal activities like discussions, creating activities, put girls in touch with their inner experiences. It allows them the ability to express themselves in a safe and protected environment. So letting them know it's confidential. You're asking all the participants to keep it confidential. Maybe if they had something they're worried about confidentiality, they share with you as the licensed social worker one-on-one. We're vowed to confidentiality. Not everybody in that's kind of the crappy part about groups. Ask them to, but you can't guarantee it. You know what I mean? You're like, hopefully people aren't gossiping right when we leave this group. Share the activity. So when the circle reconvenes to allow time for sharing, through careful questioning, girls can begin to share responses and feelings, interpret the themes. Because the themes are like weeks 1 through 10, the overall theme. Explore commonalities, like, yeah, I've had that happen to me before too. And I don't feel so alone. Make a connection between the theme and their experiences of the world. And then the closing ritual. It brings special close to the shared experience, sends members off safely with a positive tone, sense of gratitude and respect, reflects intimacy. So that's what all of the weeks have. Now when you go to week 1, it'll have like the specific theme, like connecting with each other. The activity is creating group guidelines. Maybe you have like a chalkboard and you write like no crosstalk, confidentiality is a must, and then everybody like signs a contract. So that's one way. And then here's all these different like posters, a poetry, a tea ceremony, journaling. Then they get even more detailed, and here is week 1. So in this one, they have them make a bead game, posters and markers for group guidelines. That's why it reminds a lot of agencies, if it's 10 weeks, maybe they take 2 weeks off, then do 10 weeks in the fall, 2 weeks off, 10 weeks in the winter, 2 weeks off, 10 in the spring, and then 10 in the summer. So that's kind of the rotation. And it tells you how to prepare as like a facilitator. Maybe a wire-bound notebook, and then there's what you do. So it has the opening ritual, it has the theme. If you want to make one of your own, totally fine. If you want to look up something else on the internet, I just thought this was a good breakdown of everything you need to lead a group. And I kind of hawked it off the internet, but I was so happy that when I was like, I still have it, yes.
And is it easier route if it's like, I know for me personally, something has to be almost broken down to elementary
Right.
level. So
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can get a bigger picture, like, oh, okay, I can do it this way, and like maybe.
Right. Yeah, and you can use it wherever you'd like, and download it and save it, and
And so with the leading the group, so is that something that like we're gonna get to class, or we actually have to like go out in the community and find?
we've always done it here.
Okay.
Before COVID, there were bigger groups where like you could come in and lead it to me, 2 or 3 other people. But since COVID, we've let people either film themselves leading, like lead it live with your dormies, or bring them here if you want, and then lead it with me. So, and then I can film on this. So just so that it's practicing, and that's the hardest part, is just getting it going and then doing it. So it's like when I tell a social work interview that I've led groups before, I'm like, yeah, I've led a group, I can do it again. And it's like I have an experience with actually doing the group physically, like learning counseling or learning all the stuff that makes us nervous until we start doing it. Like, oh, I'm scared to do that. Okay, I can do this. I did it. Here's a good guidepost. It's like usually they're all 2 or 3 pages.
And so we should like choose based off what they have there, like what kind of topics or something we're going to talk about within what type of group related.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can follow this to a T if you wanted to. Like this one says, through an improvisational game, the girls will learn how labeling can constrict and color their view of others, and will act out different roles that will help them explore different experience how stereotypes affect relationship with others. I guess it's Vision Quest and provisional game. Vision Quest scenarios handout, used or toy plastic eyeglasses, brown paper bag, markers, and here's where it tells you how to prepare. So every week we'll have all of those broken down, and then exactly how to run it. So whatever ritual you choose, the theme introduction, check in, maybe highs and lows for the week, and then I'm not familiar with this. Drew Carey, I guess that's like a famous person. I should know this, but I don't. I think it's a famous person. Whose line is it anyway? Explain the exercise the girls explore how the labels we give each other affect the way we view each other. Before starting the game, briefly discuss all the types of labels girls have encountered and help them name these labels and stereotypes. Like, so yeah, you're going to have a discussion about that. What type of labels have you had? Can you name some? And then just kind of roll with it.
Yeah, and I'm like, just like based off of that, like if one of the exercises that someone wanted to do is like you have your people come in for, the music or whatever, and have like post-its, different names of different things that, people are making with, negative, whatever, have them pick it up and wear it. And how do you feel with that one? How's that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's lots of symbolism you can use, lots of different things that are, well, here's some: druggie, lesbian, cheerleader, popular girl, shy, quiet girl, mean girl, jock, slut, fat girl, ugly girl, slow girl, nerdy girl. Then, when each one has their glasses and understands their label, audience calls out scenarios. So yeah, I mean, it breaks it down. It goes into detail of how to do it, which is like, this is the best manual ever for leading groups, because it like actually do what to do, And you can look them up on the internet, like that's fine. But I was happy to have something I could just email you guys, like, here it is, take it or leave it. If you don't want to use it, that's okay too. And then if you use for your final paper, just cite them appropriately, even if for your honors project, and say you found a grant, like mock write the grant. Like, I'm going to write a grant for, do you have an internship you're interested in, like kids or adults or homelessness or addictions?
Not as of right now. The only thing is like, I just came back from a paid internship. I've been there twice.
Really?
At the probate court in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, cool. Okay. Do they pay well at least?
I make $15 an hour.
And it's like 40 hours a week?
Almost.
For 10 weeks?
I do it basically, usually from like the start of summer to
Right.
like a little bit before August.
That's cool. So it would be like 600 a week for like at least 10 or 12 weeks would be 6,000 to 7,200. If they take out the taxes, you don't have to worry about paying taxes when you're done.
Yeah, that's disgusting. They take them every time.
Yes. So that's good. Maybe you also could get internships there, so it's covered. And then yeah, maybe writing something from what you know there, like a grant to apply for homelessness in Columbus, teens that are homeless in Columbus, and like a trauma group to go with it. And so, oh yeah, there's the blank sheet when you do your first group observation. So that is due like September 1st is what I put in there. But you go online and find them run 24 hours a day, or go in person. If you want to go to an AA meeting in person or find a mental health group in Xenia at the courthouse or wherever, you're more than welcome to. You just get their permission. And then there's the final paper. So it's a whole entire outline of what the final paper would look like, broken down paragraph by paragraph. So kind of laid out for you. But if you chose, you know, I want to run this group for girls that have experienced trauma and labels and themes, and then also get funding for a trauma group. So I'm going to apply to this grant. I forget which one we just looked up. Say like the trauma informed, here it is, grants.gov. But yeah, care supplemental to address unsheltered and rural homelessness. There's how much money, and then it even tells you like what you have to do to apply and include that in the paper. So I love grants.gov because you can actually fund your own position. Like if you're looking to get a full-time job where it's not an internship for after you graduate, write your own ticket right here if you did, and it tells you how to do it. So, or if you start your own business or run your own business. So that's pretty much it. So there are a few. Let me look in D2L for you guys. I feel like all you have to do is attach I'm here for the first assignment. It's like really, really easy. That's the idea. But learning how to attach and then, oh, that's intro to social work. For the second one, we've got practice 2. These assignments. And I'll put in some extra credit discussions, but here it is. Observation of group. September 3rd. I gave you guys like a few more days.
And so what is a good like website and stuff to start looking for a new center, or should we look at like a government website to find?
Most folks would just find an agency that they're interested in serving. And if it was in the government, that's fine. If you're not good at self-starting and thinking of your own ideas or whatever, a lot of people just go right to aa.org or like local AA meetings online in the Xenia area, you know. But aa.org has the list of them, or you could be like, when we first did this class, we all had class at 7, we went to an 8 o'clock AA meeting. We just all went together. But because of COVID, I've just let it be all remote and online and however you choose to do it. So AA and Xenia, interesting. Is that Xenia? They got one at the Women's Recovery Center. Find Xenia, Ohio AA meetings near you. It literally just starts as, so there's a 10 a.m. There's 261 meetings. In Xenia? Holy crap. I didn't know there was that many. So this one's online if you wanted to, you know. And they got them in like London and Paris and Australia. So there's like 24-hour meetings going. That actually looks correct. So if you go to a closed meeting, they'll be like, you have to identify as an alcoholic. If it's closed, if it's open, anybody's allowed to go. Let's see here. This one's probably going on. No, it's not. It says noon meeting, but let's see. They could still be like chit chatting in there. That would be funny. Like the live. Okay, it's open discussion. Observations. I don't even know if it's installed right now. I don't like this morning. Zoom installed updates for me. But yeah, and then that's a way to do it online, in person, because we are social workers, and some people like the in-person feel more, and the smells and the bells and the everything that's going on, you know. But now we have COVID era, and you can do it all online if you want. There's also online Al-Anon meetings. That's for friends and family of alcoholics. So people that are suffering. Oh, didn't work. Oh no. It just wants me to sign in. What if I sign in with like Google or Facebook? Is that possible? Nope. Oh, of course Facebook's going to work. Why is that the dumbest thing and it always works so easy? That's how they make their money, I guess. I bet you it is. I'm going to crack up if it's still going on though. So anyway, that's kind of how you would get in, and they have them literally. There's 700 in Cincinnati every week. There's probably 58,000 all over the world, and online AA meetings is all you have to search. And since COVID, there's like so many websites. There's another one. And often they have a link. One problem is, because they are like kind of this way, is that they've been getting Zoom bombed. You know how people are Zoom bombing? I don't know if you've experienced it or seen it. I think I never do for because if it's posted like this, anybody just enter in and act a fool and like ruin the meeting. So usually they have somebody else on the side like kicking them out if they start acting stupid, because they can and it happens. So looks like there's quite a few though. Like there, you just click. Hey, that's at 1:30. Does that mean it's going on right now? Wednesday? Is it Wednesday today? This is going to be scary. Maybe the host is drinking again. I don't know. Interesting that they could be on a different time zone. It could be like Central Time. It doesn't start for an hour. So anyway, you can literally find them like at all times. It'll take you an hour. Or if you want to go to a mental health place that you're aware of, or one of your friends' internships that you know doing an internship, the possibilities are limitless. So Friday, I may just leave that open for you guys to do your meeting, because I have to get a surgery. They're just pulling a cyst out of my leg and make sure it's not cancerous. I don't think it is, but I might as well do it to make sure it's not. So it's like literally at 1, which is funny. So we'll put that one as your day to observe the meeting, I guess. Yeah, there should be one during the class time. So 1 to 1:50.
I've been to one, but I was younger, a lot younger. And it was personal. It was informal, because that's where I'm from.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, it was like the people struggling with alcohol and like friends and family.
Okay, yeah, Al-Anon is, so if it's an open meeting, they could have brought friends and family with them, and then Al-Anon family group is for friends and family members. So let's see if they have a website. So they probably have electronic meetings. Here you go. It's funny to call it electronic. It sounds like a really old person made that website. And then you can search. Well, yeah, there's a bunch there too. So Saturday. Do they just start on Saturday? Oh, British Sunday. Let's see if there's Wednesdays. Al-Anon's kind of interesting. That is for friends and family that struggle with alcoholism. Dang, there's a lot of Sunday meetings. I guess that's after the long weekend of dealing with a family member drinking. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wow, there's even more on Mondays. So just another option. It looks like they have apps where you can call in or whatever it may be. There's Tuesday. I'm like, when do they begin Tuesdays? How about Wednesday? 7 a.m. Oh, you're right. They make it real easy, but I know when at first I'm like, well, how do I find
I think it really mind boggles me one who call in and they get all these people from different places on it.
bars probably, which is smart. In there or in there? So anyway, there's some examples for you, and hopefully that covers you for. I try to keep it 3 major assignments. If you want to add your bonus one on this honors one, I'm sure we could think of something. You know?
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say I can either for honors I can either like tweak the one I turned in during the summer and like also go to
like add to it. Yeah, keep building on it.
Because I know that one I wasn't able to go to the pantry, but I did research on food deserts, but maybe for the updated one I can go to the pantry and
like our Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there. I mean, have you seen the inflation numbers on food the past like 2 months?
I haven't looked like online.
Or bought your own food?
Going to the store, like my mom and myself, a lot of things are higher than they used to be.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. Like you go to Sam's Club with my mom, we have membership.
Yeah.
These are spending more than what it used to be. Like it's crazy.
It is a lot of freaking money. I was like, that's almost too much.
I mean, it's nice because we buy in bulk, so it lasts a little longer, but still, it's still going up.
Right. Somebody said electricity even went up to, oh, I guess it has, because it was 10 cents. Huh. And now it's 13. They said it went up 30 to 40% for the cost of electricity. I had no idea. Because it's just like a slow boil. You don't know that it's going on. Dang. Average bill is $109.39. Well, there we go. That was June, and I get, yeah, everything is a lot. It's so crazy, but about cost of everything, keeping your food cool, keeping your food heated up, or that's crazy. I didn't know Dayton had an article about it.
And everything, also, groceries,
Yeah.
housing,
Yes.
there's a lot of things that are increasing.
Yeah. So maybe add that component on and yeah, I do not think I'll make it here at all. I might do like one of the YouTube shorts where you check in and give you 15 seconds from your cell phone to check in on YouTube shorts.
Okay.
If I think of anything, but I believe that would be it for you guys today.
And then for the honors project, I just turned that in through email.
Probably. That's fine. They seem fine the way we did it last time, and they don't seem to be like crazy about it. What's cool is just like with any research, anything you are passionate about, believe in, and want to know more about, you're going to love doing the research. So that's the key. Like if you do something, my dissertation, I did refugee resettlement, and we got introduced for our doctoral program to a group of refugees at St. Leo's Parish and Food Pantry. And I loved the research, so I never really got sick of it. You know what I mean? Like, I still like doing that type of stuff, and it helps.
Like, it all look around and stuff like that, but I think maybe adding like a spin of homelessness in there and how that kind of, and I think I sort of talked about it, but I just didn't go into that. But
right.
It's funny how homelessness is also a factor.
Yeah.
Homeless or but the food desert, and it's like you're homeless and not
refrigerated. Like, yeah, there's definitely a lot of things to consider and factors to write about, and that's the base of all social work, because a lot of people come when they're either homeless, out of food, so food, water, shelter, all the basic needs.
Homelessness itself just kind of bothers me because it's like you know, shelters are full.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't have random people just like, oh, well, I'll take you. You know, you don't have that aspect. It's like, there's so many people in the city already, and it's like, where do you get these people?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, like, I think of, you know, simple things like, you know, I don't know if you remember in Columbus, there was this water park and hotel called Fort Rapids.
I feel like I've heard about it.
But
Like,
it's closed down, and I'm like, you can use that building and make it into like a rehab facility for rehoming homelessness. I mean, we have a whole hotel.
wait, that is a bummer with
But
this.
I don't know. I mean, people think like that. A lot of people are like, me, myself, mine, and my family, maybe.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So it's getting harder, but we got to stay on top of it to serve our clients well. As long as we stay on top of it, we can better serve anybody that comes to us and hopefully help them out. So, well, somehow we made it like the whole time.
Well, I can talk. I'm just like my parents. So.
That's good, you know. In social work, it helps to be able to talk, be in person, and just serve others. So,
But
cool.
if you have any questions, so if it comes to office hours, or should be, you know, like usual.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll probably go ahead and do the iron project in this class and then maybe